What's good with y'all boys, man? Look, 1179 full panels are all out, bro. So we finna get to yapping about this shit. If you watching this video, I appreciate you because I have no one to talk about One Piece with, so I have to yap to the fucking camera and hope y'all niggas watch the video, bro. But yeah, bro, this chapter is fucking insane. I already went over the leaks and shit, but now that we have the full panels, we can really break this shit the fuck down. So chapter starts off with Imu talking to the fucking Gorosei and shit, and they're begging bro not to fucking leave. You know what I'm saying? They're just like, Imu, don't go anywhere. But Garland comes in and he's like, bro, the Holy Land has settled down a little bit since Shamrock has came back, but there is no way that the Holy Land is fully safe. What the fuck happened to the Holy Land, nigga? We don't know. I'm assuming it's Blackbeard or Dragon. I want to really say it's Dragon because now that I'm thinking about it, bro, if Shamrock came back and then calmed it all down, it gotta be the Revs attacking. Because if that was Blackbeard, I ain't gonna lie, them niggas probably wouldn't be going out like that. They probably wouldn't be going out like no hoes. They probably would have went down swinging or pulled some dirty ass tactics on that nigga, to be honest. So I'm under the mindset it's revolutionary related. But hopefully we'll see. I honestly feel like we're going to see towards the end of Elbaf what this whole Holy Land debacle is. So hopefully we get that, right? But Garland comes in. We see him conversating with York a little bit. They got her down there working on the fucking mother flame and shit. And York just bitching about how she's hungry and whatever. Nothing really important coming out of her mouth for real, to be honest with you. But Garland sits down and the Gorosei start conversating. And they're like, bro, all this happened since Nika appeared. Is it inevitable or is it a fucking coincidence? And they're like, Imu, you cannot leave Pangaea Castle. We can send all the admirals or any admiral or something, please. And Venus Duro says, I don't advise us to send the admirals. They're very occupied. What the fuck are the admirals doing? Hopefully they ain't doing no busy work behind the desk, my nigga. Hopefully we actually got them out here doing something or ready to or set up to protect something, bro. Hopefully we see a little bit more of the admirals towards the end of this arc, see whatever the Holy Land was going through with a flashback or something, right? But they say, no, this is not a coincidence. Imu said everything was inevitable. He gets a flashback of all, like, some of the most important characters out of One Piece. He gets a flashback of Rock saying, I'll be back. He gets a flashback of Roger announcing the One Piece, of Shanks stealing the Devil Fruit, of Shirahoshi being born, of King Harold. We also get to confirm this chapter that Loki is the captain of the giant ships that were sailing through the fog and fucking up government ships. We all pretty much assumed that, but now it's confirmed. You know what I'm saying? Imu's going back through this memory when he figured that out. And my question is, if he knew Loki was the captain of that ship, why didn't he pull up on this nigga sooner? Did he not know that this nigga had the Nidhogg? So, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. Hopefully we get that explained a little bit. But yeah, that's very interesting as well. We see a flashback of him to from Marine Ford thinking about Whitebeard. He's like, Whitebeard protected who? Monkey D. Luffy. We see Blackbeard. He was like, who is that? And they're telling him Marshall D. Teach. He gets a flashback of he was talking with Cobra, and we even see him thinking about Joy Boy and Davy Jones as he's dripping up Luffy and Blackbeard's wanted posters, bro. And then he says, do you persist in making Mu suffer? Mu desires Vivi, and he's just staring at the fucking painting, bro. I don't know what this nigga Imu got going on, but we'll talk about this in a minute, bro. And he says, all of this began long ago. I entrust the Holy Land unto thy hands, right? And the Gorosei are making one last effort to try to stop him, but they come to the conclusion that they cannot stop Imu because that's what he wants to do. And Imu teleports and he dips the fuck out. We come back to Elbaf and we get this little bit with Summers and Zoro, and his heart is metal. I wanted to touch on this a little bit last week, but I had no clue if it was actually metal or not or what. I knew his heart looked kind of weird, but the fact that it's metal is very interesting because he's clearly not a cyborg as far as we know. So I find that very odd. Maybe this will contribute or play a role into like a government plot line and what they're doing up there with their experiments or what they're trying to really accomplish up there. Because I don't know why he has a metal heart. You know what I'm saying? Maybe Imu or some other Holy Land members have cybernetic enhancements too, similar to this. We also see Gumko frozen in the ice and shit. Luffy's like, is she dead? And Loki's like, nah, that's instant freeze ice. She's not dead, but only Ragnar can unfreeze her, so she's not going to go anywhere. And this is where the peak of this chapter starts fucking happening, bro. Black smoke starts shooting down from the fucking sky. All the giants are looking at it. Nami's looking at it. And we see this giant summoning circle spawn from the sky, bro. And you gotta think, this is Elbaf, nigga. The island is an island of giants. And this shit looks this big on Elbaf. Imagine how this shit will look on a regular island, nigga. Like, come the fuck on. And the detail and on this panel is fucking insane. This is a crazy looking panel. And one thing I noticed about this panel, bro, correct me if I'm wrong, when all the Holy Knights and Gorosei pull up in the summoning circle, it comes from the ground. When Imu pulls up, it comes from the fucking sky, bro. You got those niggas touching down from the heavens like a real fucking god, bro. But we cut to Emu spawning in from the summoning circle. You just see Haki shooting out everywhere. Everybody on the island senses it. Even Luffy and Loki are like, yeah, that's the Haki we sensed earlier. And all like the giant kids are just being knocked the fuck out, bro. And we see Emu, when he touches down, he spits out blood and starts huffing and puffing, right? We'll talk about that and theorize on that in a second here. And then he starts sprouting devil wings, right? Then we scroll down, we see all the trees and fucking houses start making like these evil demonic looking faces. Even Killingham and Somers can't believe Emu pulled up personally. Niggas looking at him, they said somebody on the roof or a farm, and we see this nigga posed up. He like squatting on top of this pyramid. The symbolism in this panel alone goes crazy, my nigga, because you got the whole Nefertari Vivi shit, and them niggas, that's like an Egyptian name or whatever, and he got this nigga squatting on top of the pyramid or a farmer. Like, look at this design, bro. Now that we got the full panels, not just the description, this is fucking insane, nigga. We genuinely have a Emu reveal, bro. We got an Emu reveal before the man marked by flames, before a dragon fight, before a Blackbeard backstory shit. Like, we got Emu before a shit ton of stuff. The only real reveal or silhouette we need now, bro, is Joy Boy. And potentially the man by flames, unless he's not a new fucking character. But, you know what I'm saying, bro? We're really getting to that point in One Piece, my nigga. Like, this, I'm reading the chapter right now. I've known about these leaks since, like, for the last, like, 48 hours. And this still don't feel real, my nigga. It still don't feel real, bro. I feel like I can wake up from a dream at any fucking moment, bro. But this is fucking insane. We see Emu, it says in his title card, creator of the world government, one of the first 20 powers, and it says Akuma no Mi, and in English that just means devil fruit. King of the world, Saint Nerona Emu, bro. Like, first off, before I start talking about what this nigga's power could be, the design, bro. Nigga got flowing white long hair. I wish we had more of like a close-up, but not this much of a close. I wish it was like zoomed out just a tad bit so we could see like full face. But you know, Oda, he gonna play his cards to his chest, keep us waiting for as long as we can until we can get the full design, full blown like panels worth of him. You know what I'm saying? Full body shots, all that type of shit. Oda gonna keep us dangling a little bit, but we got these little glimpses of him this chapter, and it's just insane to say the least, bro. We see the devil tail sticking up behind him. We see he got like this Wukong-esque staff with like a sharp zigzag ass tip at the end, bro. He got like this little scarf shit like around him and got the cape. This nigga look design is so gas. And then on the close-up of this nigga, he look handsome as shit. He look like a fucking god, bro. He looks like a god. If you don't like this design, let me know in the fucking comment section. I have not seen a nigga say they dislike the design yet. You know what I'm saying? Then he got the tattoo on the hand and shit, bro. And then I've seen niggas say, I didn't even peep this his first. His eyes are different. His eyes have multiple rings now instead of just one ring, bro. So what the fuck does that mean? I don't fucking know. Hopefully we figure that out. But this shit is like one of the most insane reveals of One Piece, bro. This is insane. Oda gave us a Rox Dizabek reveal, a Loki reveal, a Shamrock reveal. If you want to count King Harold and Scopper Gaban, I guess. But then Emu? Like, nigga, Emu, Rox, Loki, Shamrock, all one arc. How does this nigga do it? How does Oda fucking do it? And I know it sounds like I'm glazing. I probably am. I don't give a flying fuck. This chapter is fucking gas. But let's theorize about Emu real quick. Enough fucking glazing. Devil fruit power. Does he have, just like I said in my leak video, does he have the devil fruit? Like a demon? A devil fruit? I don't fucking know. I'm probably gonna make a whole separate video theorizing because it's a break week, so I gotta get y'all niggas some videos, you know what I'm saying? And then the whole him coughing up blood shit. Why is he coughing up blood? I've seen a nigga say, this is probably the craziest theory I've heard so far, is that Emu has a disease similar to Sapphire Scale like Bonnie's mom, which is why he can't step outside for long. That would be insane, because it would make sense why they put that shit on Jenny and Bonnie, because they were trying to fix Emu. So that would make hella sense. Also, other potential theories, bro. Not potential theories. Leakers were saying he looks like a Lunarian. We see him spawn the wings when he's like, before he manifests himself fully. But when we see him manifest himself, we don't see wings, bro. We don't see wings. So my question is like, it seems less likely for him to be a Lunarian right now. But am I wrong for still kind of wanting him to be one? Like, just thinking about the Bible and all that shit, like how the fallen angel Lucifer and all that shit, if Emu's a Lunarian, betrayed his own people, the fallen angel, to be ruler of the world, that sounds fire as shit. But if he not a Lunarian, I still think the potential for the backstory is fire as fuck, because the form is fire. Like, bro, you can't have a fire form like this and not have a good backstory. Then that's another question I've been seeing niggas talk about. Is this really like Emu's base, or is this just hybrid form? Because we clearly see when he touches down and he still looks like a blob silhouette, he sprouts the wings. But when he pulls up now in full manifestation, no wings. So I don't know, bro. You know what I'm saying? He got all the traits of a Lunarian, but when we see him sitting on this pyramid, we don't see the wings. So I don't fucking know. Maybe Oda just chose not to draw him right here or something. Maybe Emu put the wings up. I don't fucking know. Whether he's a Lunarian or whether these wings are coming from his demon devil form, the design is cold as fuck either way. But him being a Lunarian, I feel like adds more of a better twist to it. But even then, we still don't know what race Emu is. You know what I mean? Emu might not be a human. He could not be a human. And if this is his hybrid form, what the fuck does this regular Emu look like? Does he just look just like this, but with like without the horns and the tail and shit? Like, you know what I'm saying? Possibly, who knows? Let me know what y'all think is the best like aspect. Like, what's y'all favorite part of the design, bro? You know what I mean? The tattoos are fire. I wish we could have saw like I said, more of the shit on his body. We don't really get to see it too much because he got kind of this wide, far out angle. But like you said, bro, next chapter we're gonna get a shit ton. Next chapter, fuck around, be better than this one, to be honest. And like I said in my last video, hopefully we end up going into a flashback, or maybe even a little mini flashback of Emu and what happened. Hopefully it gives us a little bit of lore dump exposition. But yeah, I'm interested to see. Flood the comments of how you feel about this chapter. What's your theories about Emu, bro? If y'all comment enough, when the next video that I make, I'll read through y'all comments on video. We'll just talk about that the whole video, about theories about Emu, bro. This chapter is insane. Probably gonna be chapter the fucking year. Let's Oda tops us off again with more fucking heat. And we still got hella shit this chapter to go, bro. He's gonna finally interact with Luffy, and I can see the symbolism with this form versus Luffy form. You know what I'm saying? Just seeing this nigga squat on top of the pyramid, I can see this next to a Gear 5 panel and be like, oh yeah, they ops, bro. They ops 100%. You know what I'm saying? It's there. You know what I mean? This is, I just can't get over it. Like I said, it don't feel real. If you watch this video, I appreciate the fuck out of you. Like I said, expect at least 2 to 3 more videos coming, just talking about this chapter, speculating about next chapter, speculating about Emu. Probably just gonna be a prediction for next chapter for sure. A video specifically talking about Emu's devil fruit and its potential, and what Emu is. You know what I'm saying? At least 2 to 3 videos talking about that. Love y'all niggas. Hope y'all enjoyed the chapter. Hope y'all fuck with Emu's design. Like I said, comment what you think. And I'm out, bruh. Peace.